G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be my match review and thoughts of the Denver Nuggets v Sacramento Kings game. Kings ended up winning 119 to 114. But yeah, let's get into it. This was quite a disappointing end result to the game, especially considering Jokic had one of his, if not his best game of the season. Ended up dropping 50 points, a new career high for him. Second time he's equaled or set a new career high this season. I believe he equaled his career high earlier in the season against Utah. Now he's done it again here against Sacramento, cracking the 50 mark. Just an unbelievable game from him. 50 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks and a steal. And the most important thing, only 1 turnover and 2 fouls. Didn't get in foul trouble, so that was good to see. But yeah, we started off and we had to make some more changes to the starting lineup because Murray was not playing today, so that meant Monte Morris was in the starting lineup. And rather than JaMychal Green starting, they went with Michael Porter Jr., who had a very off night tonight, unfortunately, again. He's just been struggling these last 2 to 3 games, Porter. Don't know what's going on with him. I feel like the scouting report's out on him and teams know he wants to not to let him get going or anything, so that forces him to take some tough shots and not the smartest shots at times. But yeah, it started off alright. Millsap hit his first 3, which was a good sign because he was 0 of 5 against the Lakers. But he was 3 of 4 in this game, and for some reason he only played 22 minutes when I thought he was actually playing quite well. He seemed like the only one who could hit a 3, to be honest. And yeah, it was good to see RJ Hampton also get some game time. He actually played a lot tonight for him anyway. He played 27 minutes. This is obviously due to all the guards we had out with Murray and Harris not playing, so we needed some other guards to step up. And even Howard came into the game as well, and he wasn't shy of shooting the ball, especially in that first half. But he was 1 of 6, 1 of 5 from 3, so I think he basically got stripped of any game time in the second half. I think he came in for a couple minutes in the fourth quarter, but it didn't last long. And for Sacramento, they played pretty well, obviously good enough to win, but Holmes was really good for them in the center position, at least on offense, because Jokic started off quite well as well. Obviously, by the fact he set a career high, he definitely had a good game, but Holmes wasn't too shabby, especially on the offensive, and he was just doing his little push shot and scoring very easily. So Denver mixed it up, going zone defense a few times, but we just missed so many open shots. These last few games we've just been missing so many open 3s and easy mid-ranges. Don't know what's going on. But yeah, we had a good run to end the first quarter, but we're still down by 1 at the end of quarter time. Second quarter started and Vlatko actually played for Denver as well. He had 5 minutes. Don't really know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Vlatko Chanchar. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he came in for 5 minutes, missed a shot, didn't do anything terrible, didn't do anything great. But RJ was playing really hard. You can tell from his stats. He had 7 points, 3 of 6 shooting, and he had 10 rebounds. For a guard, that is amazing. 4 offensive rebounds too, so he's not getting these just crazy defensive long rebounds or stuff like that. Had a couple assists and a block as well, and he played great defense on Buddy Hield, who had an absolute shocker. Buddy Hield was 1 of 11, 0 of 9 from 3, so if you looked at that, you'd think the Nuggets won, but Harrison Barnes was cooking tonight. He had 28 points, 10 of 16, 5 of 7 from 3. He was absolutely torching Porter Jr. I think they ended up changing the matchup in the fourth quarter. I think they ended up putting Barton on Barnes and Porter on Hield, but by that time it was too late. Barnes was already cooking too well. And yeah, Porter was basically the worst player on the court today. If you look at his plus minus, it was -20. No one else was +5 or -5 on the Nuggets team, just Porter. So I guess that's why Michael Malone has a hard time playing him the minutes all the time, because he doesn't trust his defense, and rightfully so when you let Harrison Barnes go off and you like that. But the second quarter was 27-0, so we were still only down by 1 at halftime. The free throw difference was quite big at that stage. I think it was like 14-3 or something in the second quarter. And for the game, Sacramento did get 10 more free throws, which is a bit disappointing. I feel like Jokic should be getting more free throws. He had 7 tonight, which is okay, but no one else really attacks the rim. We need to get some players attacking the rim more. Like Monte Morris should be attacking the rim more. Will Barton should be going at the hole more, try to draw some free throws. The only one that tries to draw fouls is Millsap, and that just looks awful at times because he doesn't get the call. But yeah, third quarter started, and it was just more of the Harrison Barnes show. He was just torching Porter. I think he came out, hit 2 threes at the start of the third, and we had to call a quick timeout. and that was a very poor defensive quarter, and just poor defensive game from Denver in general, allowing 34 points in that third quarter, and Sacramento ended up taking a 6-point lead into the fourth. So it was still anyone's game, to be honest, and Jokic was just doing everything for us. And Barton started off that fourth quarter absolutely awful. It was 4 of 12 from the game with 3 turnovers, 1 of 5 from 3. Our 3-point shooting just wasn't there, and we just couldn't get to the line, and that is not a recipe of winning basketball. And yeah, we're only down 8 with 5 minutes left, so we still had a chance, and Jokic was pumped up. He was getting us back into the game. I think he cut it to 4 or 6 and forced the Kings to call a timeout or 2, and he was pumped. But we just couldn't get ahead. Every time we got in striking distance, Sacramento made a big play or hit a big 3. And this dude Halliburton is an amazing pick and an amazing player. Had the best plus minus, I believe, in the game with a plus 12. Had 23 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. He's just everywhere. And he's just such a smart player. If you could put his brain into swap him with Porter, man, Porter would be an absolute star. But Halliburton, he doesn't look like a rookie at all. He looks like he's a vet. He just knows what he's doing. Even though his shot doesn't look good, it goes in. He was 4 of 7 from 3, 8 of 12 from the field, like I said. And he's just a great player. And Whiteside was okay off the bench. Had a double-double in 18 minutes and had 4 blocks. So he was actually better than just alright. He was quite good, to be honest. But yeah, our best 3 players was obviously Jokic was the MVP of the match. But if Jokic was the best player during this game, I think the Kings probably had the next 3 or 4, 5 even best players with the likes of Barnes, Fox, Holmes, and Halliburton. And then I'd probably go RJ Hampton, even though he didn't do too much stat-wise. He had 7 points and 10 rebounds, like I said, but he was just playing hard and playing great defense on Buddy Hield. And then JaMychal Green chipped in as well, played 26 minutes, 10 points, 3 rebounds, just fouled too much, had 4 fouls, hit a couple threes though, so I was hoping to see a bit more of him. But yeah, we just couldn't get over the hump. Another great game for Jokic, but he needs someone to help him. He had 50 points and 12 assists, so that's at least 24 more points because of his assists, so he contributed to at least 74 of the 114 points. More than half. Well more than half, so hopefully someone can help him next time, because that's the last thing we need for Jokic to be frustrated with the situation and want to even possibly leave. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Make sure to leave your thoughts and comments down below, and like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe really helps me out. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.